Hey guys, this is NCSO7 here doing another top 5 video. Today I'm going to be counting down the top 5 best angry video game nerd or AVGN episodes of all time. There is a very good reason why AVGN is still kicking as strong as he did back in the day. He is still doing amazingly well. The old videos hold up extremely well, and the newer videos are just really good as well. So, I don't know why, but I kind of figured that now would be the perfect time to count down my favorite AVGN episodes. Now keep these things in mind. 1, this is my personal list. This is my personal favorite. So if a video that you like isn't on my list, it's probably because I don't think it's nearly as good as the 5 videos that are on this list. Also keep in mind, this will be including videos from all the way from the Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest original episode 1, all the way up to Dennis the Menace. So keep that in mind. So anything that comes out after Dennis the Menace will definitely not be on this list. Just keep that in mind. So with that being said, let's find out.
The angry video game nerd.
Cracking at the number 5 spot, we've got Earthbound. This video is so good for so many reasons. I love this video. First of all, it's on Earthbound, which, if you didn't know, I love Earthbound. Even though I haven't played a lot of it, I still really respect the game and was amazed to figure out that James Rolfe was actually going to be making a video on, well, Earthbound. Another thing is that this video is a really good review. He basically goes over pretty much a lot of the most important stuff in the game, and basically does a really good review as the AVGN. Even if it is a lighter episode, kind of like the Mario 3 one where it's a lot more positive, that's fine because it's still enjoyable all the way through. And of course, there's the second half of the video, basically where he goes through this world where he meets stuff such as his older enemies and stuff like that, like Bugs Bunny, and even meets his younger self in the guy from the Big Rigs over-the-road racing commercial. It's really interesting and really cool looking, and is a great nostalgic trip from back in the day. Overall, this is probably one of my favorite videos that AVGN has made in recent memory. However, I definitely do not think it's nearly as good as the other ones, simply because, and it's a bit of a hot take, I feel like the anger was a bit forced in this video, but aside from that, this video is phenomenal regardless. So that should give you a good idea of what's going to be coming on the rest of the list.
The angry video game nerd.
Coming in at the number 4 spot, we've got Beetlejuice. Now, this is the Halloween special, one of the Halloween specials by the AVGN, and usually the Halloween specials are really good. You got stuff like Friday the 13th, and Nightmare on Elm Street, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and Halloween, but I decided to choose Beetlejuice and choose something a little different. The reason why I like this video so much is its structure. I like how he kind of goes through a variety of categories to show what makes LGN games so bad, such as the diuretic diversions. And the video's just structured really good. Even if the video isn't necessarily super scary and horror based like Nightmare on Elm Street and Halloween were, I still enjoyed the video considerable amounts just because the review was so good. He went in depth on a lot of things, and I'd honestly say it's a really good video. Of course, there is the drawback of the fact that the video isn't really have any skit parts in it like the Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street. And there is that, but I still like the structure of the video so much that I honestly thought this would be a better pick for the list. But, I don't know. What do I know? But still, Beetlejuice is probably one of my favorite Halloween specials, even though the other videos do better, like I've mentioned before, but I still like Beetlejuice a lot.
The angry video game nerd.
Coming in at the number 3 spot is Batman Part 2. Honestly, I did need a little bit of help making this list, so I did look up online to find what other people would say is their favorite ones, and I decided that Batman Part 2 is going to be at the number 3 spot. Now, don't think that it's just a fan vote. I really like Batman Part 2. While I do think Batman Part 1 had a better amount of rage, I think Batman Part 2 was just better overall. First of all, it has a much more interesting premise with the idea of the AVGN being captured by the Joker and being forced to play the bad games. I really like it. It's silly, but it's so cool at the same time. In the games he reviews, he goes pretty well in depth on a lot of that stuff, and oh boy, that ending. All of the fight scenes are so good. They kick so much butt. I love it a lot. And the ending is just such a good payoff for these 2-part series on Batman. Honestly, I don't have much to say on this video. There's just so many good things about it. The game reviews are good, the rage is real, and the fight scenes and skit part of the video is really well handled. Honestly, I can't really say much more about that, so moving on.
The angry video game nerd.
Finally, at the number 2 spot, we've got Dick Tracy. There is one specific reason this video gets so high on the list: the rage. Now, we'll get to that later though. First of all, how's the rest of the video? Well, the video's pretty good. Definitely one of the most frustrating NES games in existence. And he goes really well in depth on how the game is so horrible, and it's really well executed and well handled. But then there's the thing that makes this video really good. The rage is so believable. I mentioned before in the Earthbound video how I felt the rage was really forced in that video, but here in Dick Tracy, I feel like the rage is so much better. Here, take a listen and compare.
Gross out humor! That was the same decade that gave us Boogerman, Nickelodeon's Gak, Beavis and Butthead, Earthworm Jim, Ren and Stimpy! The 90s was the barf age! All the grunge bands, they sang like they were just getting over a sickness. Marilyn Manson, he sang like he was perpetually vomiting. Sweet dreams of it doesn't make sense. Like, I have video store, and this was it. This was your whole weekend, this one game. You didn't have anything else to do, so you had no choice but to keep playing that first part of the game over and over and over again. And it's like, you know what? It's like, I want to see the rest of the game. You can't just let the game win like that. So that's why you don't give up.
You see the difference? It feels like in the Dick Tracy video, AVGN actually was getting really annoyed and really upset with this game. It felt like he really had a grudge with the game. And that's what I love. And I love how at the end, he just goes completely crazy and psycho and just starts freaking out and sticking a drill through the game. It's just hilarious all over the board. And that's what makes the video so good. The structure and the script is well made, but then there's the rage that really shoots this video high up. So, what could beat it?
The angry video game nerd.
And then, finally, at the number 1 spot, we've got Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. Honestly, this list was really hard to make, and I wasn't really sure which video to put at number 1, but I could definitely tell that this one kind of had to be number 1. And the reason why is because the game, it's not just a bad platformer or a bad side scroller or a bad action game like some of the other games he's reviewed. This game is just pure bad all across the board. It's something completely unique that he's never really done before, and it's so well written in terms of the script that I love it a lot. It's so well written and it's so funny just to see his reactions to just how crazy the game is. And overall, it's probably my favorite AVGN video of all time. Well, Probably. This is at the #1 spot. Of course it's the best video. So, that's my list. What is yours list? Please leave that in the comments below. And if you guys want to see more of these kinds of videos, then make sure to hit the like button. And if you're brand new, subscribe to the channel and check out some of my other content. And with that said, this is NCSL7 signing out.